Yo, what's up? It's DNA for sure. And this video is about repeating, well, it's about repeating your mistakes and the importance of learning history. So, you guys know in America, for all my non-American fans, February in America is Black History Month, where you acknowledge everything that my people have gone through. African slaves brought here. Um, and my dad's a social studies teacher, and I was in the whole mindset of, or the mind state of, you know what? I really don't give a fuck about history and things like that. That was a while ago, and it wasn't just Black history; it's all history. But I was having this not even discussion with one of the homies about the Illuminati and the NWO, the New World Order and stuff like that. And I don't really pay attention to the Illuminati and just enough to know everything that's being done. For example, television, they get the cast and they write a scripture. They cast the script and the spell, and what you spell is a script, and they broadcast it and tell your vision, program you episodes, marathons, anything with the numbers like Fast and Furious, Fast and Furious 2, anything that numbers series, through chronological methods that comes from the Illuminati and the Masons and stuff and graduation. That's not what this video is about. But the NWO is a plan that was discovered in the sands of Africa or the Middle East somewhere by Europeans, I believe, and was put into play 2015 years ago. That's why they started it all over. Year zero, year one was the year after the plan was put into action. And they studied this and devised all kind of plans and ways for 2,000 years to make this world what it is, to put people on drugs and make people confused. But one big part of the New World Order, the NWO, the Illuminati's plan, is to change history, to control history, and to make it so you constantly repeat what either you do or your ancestors do or anybody in history. So that is the significance of studying history, or at least knowing what they want you to know went down. If you are constantly being tricked by females or dudes or friends or business partners with this Trojan horse shit, for example, if you're constantly betraying your people for a little bit of money and turning them into slaves, if you're constantly making deals with the devil and putting your own lands in jeopardy because you shouldn't be fucking with this guy and he blows up your twin towers, that's why you need to know history, so you can learn from people's past mistakes. I forgot who said it, but a wise man learns from other people's mistakes, and the ignorant man learns from his own mistakes, or makes his own mistakes. So the only way to get out of the trap is to be more spontaneous, or to learn. Like a lot of people who sell drugs, for example, they know that if you keep watching Scarface and Goodfellas and all these gangster movies, there's something to be learned. You're not, you're not immune to certain outcomes when it comes to certain things, because that is fate or karma or whatever you want to call it. But certain things can be avoided if you don't keep repeating other people's mistakes. I am someone who is more interested in philosophy and science and metaphysics, spirituality, more than history. But that has often been my downfall. If I kept learning about, the African slaves and, certain war generals and politicians and leaders and stuff like that, a lot of the mistakes that I would have made would have not been mistakes, but at the same time I would have learned what I have learned, but it would have been learned at a more healthy speed, and certain pain would have been avoided, and growth would have had more of a significance in my life. What am I saying? A lot of people say that insanity is, doing the same things over and expecting the same results, even if that plan has failed, when that plan has failed. That's not what insanity means. That is a symptom of insanity. A symptom of insanity and being a psychopath is doing things hundreds of times and not getting better at them. Now, me, I'm just a stubborn person. I'm not a psychopath. I'm not insane. But I just like to do things my way. I've been playing Madden for a very long time. But I am at a certain level. But I'm not at the level that I should be. Just because I have a certain method and philosophy on how the game should be played through my hands, with my own tactics, with the teams that I like. And I, a lot of the times, win, and a lot of the times I fail. But me thinking that, statistically I cannot get to two DUIs this close together, that doesn't even make sense. And I got another one. That was an act of insanity, of drunk booze bearing A's reality. So my message to you is learn about history, watch what you're doing, because an old friend, he's doing the same things that made him go and experience situations that he is hopefully not going to experience again, but it wouldn't surprise either him or I if that black hole was his home again. It wouldn't surprise me, because he's doing the same things just as fast, just as extremely, to put himself in those situations again. If you if you want to build an empire, if you want to start your own business, learn about war. Read The Art of War. Read some books on maybe spirituality or the Bible that shows you what these people did that you may have been planning on doing or may not have planned on doing. If you want to fucking have a successful relationship, look at your parents. Look at what the fuck they did. If you're an alcoholic and you never hit a woman before and you want to get with this chick and blah blah blah, she's an alcoholic or she's a heroin addict also, watch fucking Intervention. See how these people function together. See what ends up happening to them by the end of the episode. For example, don't just keep doing things without looking at how other people succeeded and failed in these ways. It's all about history. His story. Decide what you want to be a part of your tale. When you die, this is totally unrelated, but when I was just trying to find myself as far as spirituality wise or what I believed in, I came to the conclusion that, you know what, at the end of the day, there's really no way that I can know if there's a heaven, a hell, or afterlife or not. But after my life is over, I know that what I do is going to be left here and people are going to talk about it, remember it, and learn from it. And if I did reincarnate and I was learning about myself in school or through a family member that remembered me, and I just all of a sudden got this light, like, oh shit, that was me in my past life. Would I really want that to be, or just a ghost roaming around? Would I really want that to be a part of my tale, a part of my history, a part of my legacy? A lot of people don't care, but what if that's your punishment? What if you fucked up so bad that you just become a ghost and you're fated to just hear people talk shit about you every day? Go back and go back and back and back and back and hear people constantly, and you constantly just woof, woof, woof. And you only hear people talking shit about you and how much you fucked up. So that's my message. Don't repeat your mistakes, because that's just a waste of time. Jail is a waste of time. Hearing people talk shit about you, going over your mistakes and not fixing them is a waste of time. Doing the same thing that's not making you a better person, double, triple, quadruple, or at least 0.5%, that's a waste of time. 0.5% is half, so you would be actually lessening yourself. But double, or just 50%, whatever the fuck. It's DNA for sure. Read before you lead. Be good to the game be good to you. Peace. Fuck. Damn.